What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren, and right now Marvel Studios has a lot of plans. We're hoping that Marvel Studios reveals most of their upcoming plans at San Diego Comic-Con Hall H, which is only a couple of months away. Hopefully we get a full Phase 6 reveal, but in the meantime, it looks like we've learned a lot of information about their plans for one specific character and also a specific group in the MCU. And that character is Kate Bishop, played by Hailee Steinfled. It looks like she is actually going to have a much bigger role in the overall MCU story than we expected her to, which I think comes as really great news for a lot of fans. It actually looks like she's going to be involved in 3 different MCU projects upcoming in the multiverse saga, including returning for Hawkeye Season 2. We posted this on our Instagram a couple of days ago, so if you want to stay up to date with some news we don't always talk about on the channel, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. But most of the reactions from Instagram and Facebook were really positive, stating that a lot of people are actually really excited for a Hawkeye Season 2 because they really like Kate Bishop, and of course our man Clint. So she's also going to be appearing in 2 other films, which we'll talk about in just a bit, but this report about Hawkeye Season 2 is coming from the insider My Time to Shine Hello, who stated, Hawkeye has been renewed for a 2nd season. Clint's brother, Barney, will play a major role, and the season will be inspired by The Raid, with Kate and Clint stuck in one location. Now, the plot for Hawkeye Season 2 adapting The Raid actually sounds pretty dang good, but it's also speculated that Marvel Studios is specifically doing this for budget purposes. If it's inspired by The Raid, then a lot of people are thinking right now, Dredd. If you've seen the movie Dredd, you know that a movie that is stuck in one location can be really awesome and packed with action, which is what fans are really hoping we get from this. So it sounds like Kate Bishop and Hawkeye are going to go to a location to investigate something or take somebody out. It could be related to Kingpin, since we are getting a lot of Kingpin in the MCU right now, but then they end up getting trapped in this location, and essentially they then have to shoot and fight their way out, in which, of course, we know they shoot arrows. So there really could be, quite literally, some killer action sequences. And I do think this will link into Kingpin. The first season of Hawkeye introduced Kingpin into the MCU. It was pretty dang epic. Yes, some people might say he was defeated a little easily, but however, we know he has come back and he's about to be bigger than ever. He was in the Echo series, where again, he might have been defeated a little bit easily. But in the Daredevil Born Again series, it said that that's going to be really gritty, and the tone of it is going to be just like the Netflix Daredevil series. So it sounds like he's going to be a little bit tougher to beat. We also know he is indeed going to be in Spider-Man 4, and the events that take place in Daredevil Born Again will affect Spider-Man 4 and I believe Hawkeye Season 2, because Kingpin is going to make being a vigilante illegal, and he has that anti-vigilante task force that we've seen photos of already. Well, Kate Bishop and Hawkeye are kind of vigilantes, so it seems like them doing their things that they normally do, superhero stuff, could be made illegal. Plus, not to mention, I'm sure Kingpin probably has some beef with them after what happened in the finale for Hawkeye, especially with his link also to Kate Bishop's mother. And we know Kingpin is the big bad of the street level side of the MCU right now, so all of this just points to Kingpin. Now, is he actually going to be the main person in this series? Maybe not, but what we know is going to happen is they're going to get stuck in some location and basically have to fight mob after mob after mob after mob. And the reason for this could be is that Kingpin does send a lot of people after the 2 of them. So they go and they hide and they get trapped in a building, and this could be where Clint's brother comes into play. In the comics, Barney and Clint have pretty rough lives. Their dad is an abusive drunk, and ultimately his drinking leads to the death of him and his wife, their mother. So they are orphaned and they go to a bunch of different foster homes, but when Clint turns 13, they both decide to run away. They leave and they join a traveling carnival. Clint ends up working with swordsmen, but Barney ends up wanting to get his GED, trying to encourage Clint to do the same and care about his education. Barney would then go on to join the army, trying to encourage Hawkeye to do the same. However, it doesn't happen. Barney would eventually go on to work for the FBI. From there, he would do some undercover missions where he would actually pose as mobsters. So perhaps that is how his brother comes into this story in Hawkeye Season 2. Perhaps his brother Barney is trying to infiltrate Kingpin's organization, so he is posing as a villain. So when Kingpin and his men go after him, maybe he is one of those men. Ultimately, it seems like they'll all end up in the same building, and then he will help Hawkeye and Kate Bishop get out of that situation. Honestly, it sounds really cool, and we actually heard a rumor for Hawkeye Season 1 that Barney was going to appear and the carnival was going to be addressed as well. However, of course, we didn't see that, and it looks like they might have just been saving that for Season 2. But Hawkeye Season 2 will not be the end of Hailee Steinfeld's Kate Bishop. According to insider Daniel RPK, Kate Bishop is about to return in the Young Avengers and in Avengers 5. According to his recent report, Daniel RPK states, the Young Avengers film is expected to start filming in 2025. Kate Bishop is set to appear in Avengers 5. Hailee Steinfled is expected to return for both films. Now, this is incredible news, but we did already know that Kate Bishop and Ms. Marvel were returning for the Young Avengers because this was the ending of the Marvels. If you didn't catch the ending was simply Kamala Khan going to Kate Bishop, kind of acting like a Nick Fury showing up to recruit somebody for the Avengers team. She essentially did the same thing, but about the Young Avengers, and then she also mentioned that Ant-Man has a daughter. So Cassie Lang will be a part of the Young Avengers team as well, and it is very clear that the direction Marvel Studios is going with this is a Young Avengers film. And this report specifies that the Young Avengers project is indeed going to be a film. We were pretty unsure about that for a while, but it seems to be pretty clear now, especially since Marvel Studios is setting up in such a big, grand way, with the ending of the Marvels being all about that. Another indicator that it is indeed going to be a pretty big film coming from Marvel Studios is the fact that Daniel RPK states that Hailee Steinfeld is also going to appear to be in Avengers 5. This could imply that the whole entire Young Avengers team will try to be involved in whatever is happening during the events of Avengers 5. They see everything going down, they see the Avengers going at it, and then they could chime in and try to help. Now, we could probably assume that Hawkeye is going to still be a part of the Avengers team, him along with the Hulk, Captain America, Sam Wilson, probably Captain Marvel as well. All of these people, all of these adults will probably try to get the kids to not be involved, even though they've all already been involved with a lot of things so far. Cassie Lang in the quantum realm, Kate Bishop and her adventures with Hawkeye, and Ms. Marvel and the Marvels, plus who knows who else is going to join the team. But as responsible adults, they'll probably get the kids to try and stay away. However, I'm assuming that they all end up working together in some way, shape, or form, thus resulting in the Young Avengers having at least a cameo in Avengers 5. But the way this report is stated, it sounds like at least Hailee Steinfeld is going to have a decent role in the next Avengers film. And in the case that Avengers 5 might come out before the Young Avengers film, this could actually set that film up. If Ant-Man is on the Avengers team and he goes to fight with the Avengers, then his daughter Cassie Lang might follow him. Same thing with Ms. Marvel. If she is monitoring events around the world now, in which it seems like she kind of is because she tracked down Hailee Steinfeld's Kate Bishop, then she might see the threat and go to help. And the same thing goes with Kate Bishop. If she sees Hawkeye fighting with the Avengers, she might think, well, Clint needs my help. They could show up and then the Young Avengers could be formed right then and there. Then that could lead to our very own Young Avengers film. Now, notice there is no talks of the Young Avengers or Kate Bishop appearing in Avengers Secret Wars, so don't hold your breath for that. However, it would make sense if all of these groups are appearing out of a lot of different universes. It would make sense for the Young Avengers to be a part of it. Plus, not to mention, in Secret Wars, the Future Foundation, which was essentially a bunch of kids, are heavily involved, and they specifically create the Life Raft, a way to survive the upcoming incursion with Earth and another Earth. So younger kids were involved in the comics, so it would make sense that that would be the same case in the MCU. But either way, it looks like we're getting a lot more Hailee Steinfeld in the MCU, which I'm sure fans are excited about. We're getting a Hawkeye season 2, Young Avengers film, and it looks like she'll be in Avengers 5 as well. So let me know, are you excited about this news? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on all things Marvel. And if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X or a PS5. We pick one winner at the end of every single month. If you are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, we would love your support on there as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.